Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it is time for Saturday with Stacy, YouTube number 177. We are going to be playing with several different things today, all around one main product. And the main product is from a company that some of you know and some of you don't. They're from Hunky Dory. Now Hunky Dory is across the pond, so they're a UK company. And I think when most people who do know Hunky Dory, when they think of their product, they think of things that you just punch out and kind of layer on top of each other, almost all the way done for you, but not quite. Now, they have some newer product out that is completely different than anything they've ever done before. And it's been on the market for a while now. When I saw it, I really loved it. But I thought this needs to be shown in a way that can translate to us over here in the States, because we're not over in the United Kingdom, and they do big cards in the United Kingdom. So I wanted to, maybe their postage isn't as much as it is here, but if we do a square card here in the States, the USPS charges you more. Or if it's too small, they charge you more, but whatever. Anyway, I really wanted to work with this product that they've brought out, but needed to really understand it a little bit better and how we could adapt it to what we do here so that you get the best value. So there's going to be 3 different applications. I'm going to show you 3 different ways that I'm going to use the product with other goodies mixed in. And hopefully when you see the different things that you're able to do with it, you will say, oh, I already have that. I already own that. I can use that with this new Hunky Dory product. Or, oh my gosh, yeah, I have a few of those, and I have a few of those, and I have a few of those. I can use it all with that product. That's awesome. So I'm excited to bring you the Hunky Dory product. What I can tell you is that what we have is limited. That's always kind of the way it is with Hunky Dory. Kind of like my product. It's kind of a one and done. So what you see here is when we're sold out, we won't be getting any more in, but we've got a nice little quantity of it for all of you. And then we've got all of the Hunky Dory on sale, not just what I'm going to show you today, but the entire inventory of Hunky Dory will be on sale for you. So I'm excited to bring them to you. And again, if you thought Hunky Dory was just punching out little die cuts and layering them and stacking them and making beautiful cards, but that were already done for you almost, wait till you see what they've done this time. They have left it all up to you. So I'm excited for that. We also have Winner Winner Chicken Dinner to talk about. Wahoo Kachoo. We have a new place on our website that says Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. If you have one, all you have to do is go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com, find that little link that says Winner Winner Chicken Dinner, click it, and it will tell you exactly how to claim your prize. You have 30 days from today, this is November, I think this is going out November 5th, maybe November 6th. Anyway, 2016, you have 30 days from the date of this YouTube to claim your prize. All you have to do is send us an email and we'll send you an email back saying, yay, we got it. And as long as we get that, then just as time permits, we'll get you out your prize. If we don't hear from you, so if this YouTube is in 2016, and in 2017, you go back and watch this YouTube and you heard your name, I'm very sorry. We've allocated your prize to our anniversary sale where we give away 100 prizes. So don't let your prize go. You took the time to post. Email us. Go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com. You'll see right below our logo a little link that says Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. Click that, read everything, send us the information, and wahoo kachoo, you're going to get some wonderful prizes. It was kind of nice in the last YouTube I was reading, because I have to read the comments to approve them, that people were saying, oh, I got my prize. Oh, I got my prize. So it's nice to see that, because we do have to send the prizes out as time permits. So they go when they go, and you'll get it and you'll love it. But we need to know that you're a real Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. So you got 30 days, okay? Okay, now for the Winner Winner Chicken Dinners from last YouTube, which was using, oh my gosh, what did I use? I'm having a meltdown. Oh, glitter gel pens and the little tags from Kaiser Craft and the Do Craft stickers, the Color Me stickers that were so easy to use. Okay, I've got winner from that. Are you ready to hear if it was you? And what are you gonna win? Well, you're gonna win a whole bundle of those Do Craft stickers, and you're gonna win a set of the glitter gel pens from Kaiser Craft. Wahoo Kachoo. Okay, time to put on the glasses because I can't see them. Okay. And I can see myself. I got this little flip thing going on today. I feel a little Mary Tyler Moore-ish with a little flip thing going on. Or Gidget. Okay, so funny thing, just really quickly. Kayla, who works for us, Kayla's been with us now for a couple of years. She started, I think, when she was 17. And so we were downstairs talking, and we were talking about Casey and the Sunshine Band, and she's like, who? And then we were talking about Kurt Russell, and she's like, I don't know, and Goldie Hawn. She's like, I have no clue who Goldie Hawn is. And I said, Kate Hudson. And she goes, oh, I know who Kate Hudson is. I was like, well, Goldie Hawn's her mom. And she's like, oh. So I know she would have no concept of Mary Tyler Moore or Gidget. But she's as cute as a button, Kayla is. Okay, so for Winner Chicken Dinner from last YouTube, which was 176, if your name is Denise Will, Denise, Will, Will, congratulations, Denise. You are one of our lucky SMS Winner Chicken Dinner peeps. But you're not alone. We always award 2 prizes. And if you are Belinda Riffenberg. I'm going with Riffenberg. If you're Belinda Riffenberg, congratulations. You too have become a winner chicken dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. How do you claim your prize? Go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Look for the little link that says winner chicken dinner. Click on it. Read the instructions on what we need from you, like your name, your address, your telephone number, and now we're asking for your username and your real name because we found that they don't always mix, they don't always match. And then send us an email and claim your prize. You've got 30 days from today to do that, and we'll send you back an email saying, yay, congratulations, we got your email, and then as time permits, we'll get your prize right out to you. Okay, now if you want to be a winner chicken dinner, all you have to do is watch this YouTube and post on this YouTube. You can't go to another YouTube from another date and post about this YouTube. Doesn't work. We've already announced those winners. You want to be a winner off of this YouTube. So you're going to watch it, then you're going to post your comment, and to be able to post a comment, you have to have a login for YouTube, and you have to subscribe to Scrapbooking Made Simple. Now, I am desperately trying to get to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, because if I do, that means I move to a different level with YouTube and I get invited to really cool parties. Right now, I'm not on the party list, but they have some really amazing parties, and I know my 15-year-old would do just about anything to have been able to attend The Simpsons. They had a Simpsons party for the 600th show, and they had the entire cast from The Simpsons at the YouTube studio, and you got to watch it in 3D, and I know my son James would have just gone crazy, but I'm not quite at 50,000 subs yet. So tell a friend. All right, Belinda and Denise, way to go, wahoo kachoo. Now, like I said, today we're going to be working with product from Hunky Dory, and I'm gonna do 3 different types of coloring and inking, so you can see a couple different ways, and hopefully you have, if not all of this stuff in your stash, at least some of it, so that you can start right away. You don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of new stuff to be able to do this. And I'm also going to show you how we're going to take product from the UK that was geared more to them and the larger size format cards, and tailor it to us in the United States that really work with A2 cards or 4x6 cards or max 5x7 cards. So I think we are going to tilt on down and we are going to get started for today, and it is good to see you. Down we go, bye. All right, so this is the make and take that they are doing downstairs right now. This is so cute. Do you see how these lift up? And we've got a little glitter underneath it. That is the make and take that they are working with right now. I think I'm just gonna push this right on back. There we go. Kind of gets in my way. So if you are anywhere in sunny California and it is the first Saturday of November, come on down and see us. And we are doing this make and take right now, and it is completely and totally free. This is our new seam binding ribbon. We've got, I think, close to 100 colors now. This is part of the Hunky Dory new collection. So I'm gonna pull that over here because I want you to kind of see it. This is the collection I'm talking about. They've got a couple different ones. They've got, this is beautiful butterflies. They've got flowers. I don't know if I've got the flowers over here. Oh yeah, I've got flowers. There's one that's called Flowers and Flourishes. They've got one for Christmas. But really, without knowing what's inside of it, it's kind of hard to decide whether you want to buy it or not. And it's not necessarily new, but it's not old either. I want to say they've been out for, maybe 6 months. And I've been tinkering with them and playing with them, and I finally figured out a way that I think you would appreciate getting a lot of value for your dollar. Inside is just a whole bunch of pretty things. Just beautiful. So this is all about butterflies, and so they're foiled, and the pad is called Liftables. Look at how pretty. The pad is called Liftables. So this would be the Liftables beautiful butterflies. Absolutely gorgeous. And then at the back of the pad, they give you these stunning multicolor papers. Now, the idea is that you would take this page, pop it out. The butterflies and the dragonflies lift up. They don't pop all the way out. They just lift up. So the concept is you would take these and lift these all up. You could color them if you wanted. And this forms a heart. And then you would take one of their really pretty papers and you would put it behind it. So now you've got the really pretty colors behind it. And then you may mat it onto a 6x6 card and you would send it like that. Only we don't really do, I mean, if you're gonna hand deliver this, that's great, but we don't do a lot of this size necessarily here in the United States. It would be a beautiful embellishment on your scrapbooking page, absolutely gorgeous. So I wanted to really understand how we could get the most out of this. And I think I found a way. Now some of them do pop out. This whole page just pops out. All of these butterflies will absolutely just pop right out and you can use them as you want. But I thought, you know what? I want to show people how you can do more with them than just popping them and coloring them and making a 6x6 card. So we took it a little bit further. Now in the butterfly book, do I have the butterflies in here? In the butterfly book, oh, right there in black. So everything that you get in black, you get in gold and silver too. So anything you see in the gold or the silver, you also get in black. Here's a sheet of butterflies. And again, the idea is that you would pop them up, color them the way you want them, back them against a card, and then use them that way. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to show you how to do something like this, where you could take an element from it and color it. And instead of getting one card, you can get 4 cards out of this sheet. So that's what we're going to start with. That's what I'm going to start with. And I have got over here, I've got a couple different butterflies. So here are the gold, here are the silver, just like the black ones I had. Here they are in black. And again, the pad gives you so much. There's so many different styles in there. And this one's been pilfered to get the make and take, but there are so many styles in here to use. And again, if you see it in silver, the silver foil, then they're also going to have it in the gold foil, and then they're going to have it in the black. Look at all of this. And then the coordinating papers in the back. That's just in one pad. That's just the butterfly pad. So imagine what you could do if you just had that one pad. But I want to show you how to color them in a couple different ways and then how to back them in a couple different ways. So I think we're going to start by coloring first. And maybe I will start with the gold ones. So the easiest, quickest way to color these would be to use something that is an all over color. So you could certainly use your Distress inks. I'm going to use Gelatos to color this all over, and it just gives a beautiful finished look. So I have got my trusty dusty baby wipes, and I've got my Gelatos. Got my Gelatos. These are double scoops. The double scoops have been discontinued, but we do still sell the single scoops. And what is a gelato? It's like a watercolor crayon. They're made by Faber-Castell, so you know that it's more of a fine art medium. They're absolutely beautiful. I could put it directly onto my craft mat and mix it with water and pick it up like paint. I could color directly to my paper, as long as I've got something that's an embossed type of finish onto it to act as a resist so it'll smear around. But my favorite way of using them is with just an inexpensive wet wipey. And you just get a little bit on there and you just start to move your color. And it doesn't take long to move that color. So I've just put some yellow kind of all over. Then I might take my orange, and gelatos are meant to be blended. So take my orange, pick up a little bit of orange on my wet wipey, and now add a little bit of orange and blend that right into the yellow. Now I've added a little bit of orange to it. Then I could take a little bit maybe of my red, and with just a little bit of red, go in there and maybe just add a little bit more color. And it's really up to you how much you do. Okay, I should be done because I'll just keep going. And I've colored my butterflies and my paper. Now remember, this started as a 6x6 sheet. In fact, I think I'm going to pull that 6x6 sheet out of here. Oh, there it was. This started as a full 6x6 sheet, and we just cut 3. So now you've got this and you're ready to do something with it. But again, it's a liftable, which means these butterflies will pop up, but not pop out. It's a liftables. And you can't just put that onto a card. You want to back it with something so that white isn't so stark, so that underneath the butterfly wings you've got a pretty color. And that's where the gelatos come in as well. You can absolutely take a piece of paper and it can be scraps, because you don't have to have the exact same size because you're going to put this right on top of it. So I'm going to make it even a little bit narrower. So if you've got scraps of white paper, even little scraps, even if they're not a solid piece, even if they're little tiny scraps of white paper, if you can put it under the butterfly and it covers the entire butterfly, then you're good. You just tape them down into place. This is still a little big. Then I can take my gelatos and I can make my own background paper. So if you don't want to use solid cardstock, you want that to have kind of a watercolored look. That's a little dimensional. So it doesn't look like a solid piece of red cardstock. It's got a little bit of dimension, because then when you lay it on top, your little liftables right on top, that red just pops right through. Could you use regular cardstock? Absolutely, you could use regular cardstock. If you've got little pieces of plain cardstock and you want to do different colors going down your butterfly, absolutely. You would just then tape the different sizes to the back. It doesn't have to be a solid strip of anything. As long as that back piece will cover that butterfly, so I could do a red one, and I could do a yellow one, and I could do an orange one, and just tape them to the back. That's all you need. But it adds that dimension, that pretty, and you've got the beautiful foil that Hunky Dory is known for. So Gelatos is a really easy, fun way of coloring these, just like with your Do Crafts stickers. It's an easy, fun way of doing it that just requires literally a wipey and a craft mat. Kids can do it, seniors can do it, anybody who's starting with crafting can do it, and you really can't go wrong. It's hard to make mud with Gelatos. So I think it's really pretty, and that's what Liftables do. But this isn't the only way to color them. There's more ways to color them. Let's say you want to be far more specific in what it is you want to color. I get that. I'm that way too. Sometimes I want to be very specific about what it is I color. Well, here I've got them in silver. Same butterflies, just in silver. This time though, I'm going to use my clean color. These are my clean color pens. They are a Zig product, Kuretake, and they are a beautiful, beautiful brush tip watercolor pen. They're gorgeous and they're easy to use. Make sure I don't have any extra color in that one. And this time I want to be very specific about where I put my color. Maybe I want to keep my background on this one all white. Well, you can do that. But I still want that blendable look. I still want it to look really nice, but I don't want to add a lot of water to it. So watercolor pencils, you may have a little, you can absolutely use watercolor pencils with them, but you're talking about a small surface, so you're going to have to be a little more gentle with the watercolor pencils and a very fine paintbrush. The Zig Kuretake product, the brush is an actual bristle brush, and it is beautiful. They are known for the brush tip. These pens are known for that. So I'm going to take my butterfly and I'm going to add just a little bit of yellow to it. I'm going to add just a little bit of yellow. And because it's got that silver foil on it, that silver foil is resisting the yellow. So it's not going to cover up that beautiful silver foil. It's just going to lay right on top and kind of float off so that silver stays silver. Then maybe I will take my red. So I've got just a little bit of yellow right on it. Then I might take my red and come in. So I'm going to color all the way up here. And because you've got that beautiful fine brush tip, you can get in the detail without getting it all over your card. I'm just going to add a little bit of red and a little bit of red. Now the nice thing about these pens is, again, they are very, very blendable. Maybe a little red down here and a little red down here. So there's where I'm at. Now some of you might think that I'm going to go get some water and blend them together, but I'm not. I'm going to take the yellow that I started with, and I'm going to pull some of that red right into my yellow. Then I'm going to blend it right there, right in front of me. I'm just grabbing that red. So I'm grabbing the red here. I'm taking my yellow brush and I'm pulling it down into the yellow. So I'm grabbing that red, and because these are blendable pins, I'm pulling that red right down into my yellow. I want to show you where I'm at so far. A little bit right there. It's a seamless blend. You can't tell where one starts and one stops. So I've done the top 2 wings. Now I have the bottom 2. It's a beautiful seamless blend, and you can't tell where one started and one stopped. I'm just grabbing that yellow and moving it right into the red and pulling that red in. And just with 2 pins, making a highlight, a shadow, and a mid-tone, and an orange. It was really just that simple. The clean color pins are magnificent. They really are easy to use. And because they've got that tip, you've got the availability to do very fine detailed lines. It'll get into those very fine detailed lines. See, I did the white around the edge. Can you see where the silver stops and there's a little white border? I did the white right around it and managed to not get it all over my background. Oh, pretty, huh? These are easy peasy to use. Then your nib, if it has a little red in it or orange in it, that's fine. Just get a piece of scratch paper and run it off until the nib runs yellow again. No problem. These pins are meant to blend. That's what they're supposed to do. Let's take a little bit of yellow here, because those of you who know me know that I love yellow because it just blends with everything. It's like the best foundation color ever. I don't particularly look good in yellow, but who's counting, right? And then let's take a pretty blue. And let's go up here. I'm going to add a little bit of blue. I'm going to add a little bit of blue. And maybe a little blue over here. And a little blue over here. I didn't use any water. Wouldn't be an SMS YouTube if there wasn't a fire truck. We're on a very main street here in our little town, and so now I'm gonna take that yellow and I'm gonna go pull some of that blue down. Pull some of that blue right on down. And pull it in from the bottom wings. And it is just that simple. And if I want to go back and add more blue, I absolutely can. So let's say I wanted to add a little more blue. All I have to do is go back and dot it in. Go right back over the top. Add a little more blue. And now pull that into the yellow. It's really up to you. You have options. These pins make it so easy peasy. Actually, I want to pull that one down just a little bit more. So now I've got the two. And again, clean out my brush. All I did was add a little bit of yellow here. A little bit of yellow. A little bit of pink, kind of up here. And then take my yellow and pull down my color to make it blendable. Oh, pretty. Just with 2 pins. But I've got multiple colors because I've blended the pink and the yellow together. So that is another way to color your butterflies or your flowers or all the pieces that they give you inside. All the beautiful things that they give you inside. That's a whole nother way to color them. But now I want to back this. So how am I going to back this? Well, I already showed you that you could absolutely use Gelatos to make background paper. You could take plain cardstock and use it, but I want to do a little bit more than that. I want to give it a little bit more. So what am I going to do? Well, I've got a couple options. The first option is taking some of the reflections. So this is reflections. This is simply defined reflections. It's a self-adhesive paper. This time we're not going to worry about it being self-adhesive. Let me cut it out. Go this way. Sure will. Ha 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 ha. So because I don't care if it doesn't cover all of the back, I just need it to cover the openings of the butterfly. Now I've got a mirror reflection on the back. Beautiful mirror reflection. So easy. And then I could mat this onto a beautiful mat and put it on the card, similar to what we did here. So reflections is a really easy way to do it. You've got the mirror, we've got it in, gosh, and this one was done in glitter. So let's take a piece of this. This is reflections. This is, I think this is just the basics and the glitter. And if I put it on the back, oh, I didn't cut this one quite wide enough, but if I put it on the back, now I've got that glitter coming through the back. And all I did was cut myself off a piece. Easy to do, tape it to the back and then mat it to your card. But what if you don't have reflections? Okay, like I said, easy peasy. Let's see, I've got colorations paper here. So this is a pack of 48 sheets of cardstock. It's 24 colors. You get 2 of every color. And I could pull a sheet. So it's simply defined colorations. $9.99 gets you 48 sheets of cardstock. And I could do the same thing, just with a basic sheet of cardstock. I know that's not going to be wide enough. And now I have backed it and just plain cardstock. But what if you want to bling it? There are so many options. You could absolutely grab your sparkle pins by Crafter's Companion or your Wink of Stella's. These are a sparkle pin. So This is the clear, and it just adds a little bit of shimmer and a little bit of sheen. So maybe you don't want to do full-on bling, but you don't want to do just plain cardstock either. Just take your shimmer pen, go right over your cardstock. I'm not going to do the whole thing, that way you can see from side to side. Okay, can you see the shimmer and the sheen versus the plain? So what if you wanted just this much shimmer and sheen and not quite this much bling? Then take your cardstock, use your clear, either Wink of Stella, that will work just fine, or your Crafter's Companion clear will go over any color, both of them. The clears will go over any color and give you a beautiful blingy look. So that way when you put this on, it's got a little bit of shimmer. Can you see that little bit of shimmer and sheen? It's not so flat, but it's not so blingy either. And if you're not crazy about that idea, let's say you want to have this match, match, match. So let's say you've gone in and you have, I don't know, should we use the Gelatos again? You have played with your Gelatos a little bit. I want to get that pink on there really good. Because I love the pink. And then maybe just a tad bit of the orange. A little bit more. Maybe a little bit more yellow. Can you see how you're just going in? I'm just going in there and I'm just putting it down. No rhyme, no reason. Let's get it done. So pretty. Pop my butterflies up. But then let's say I have a piece of white paper. And I have my shimmer, my sparkle pins, again, only in colors from Crafter's Companion or Wink of Stella, which is Kuretake product. I can make my own background paper with these as well. All I have to do is color my white sheet of paper. And that's going to add a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of bling, so that it's not just a flat piece of cardstock. Can you see the shimmer in there? And then I could, if I wanted to do them all different colors, and then I can put that behind. So everything from a simple piece of, ooh, I wonder what the silver would look like. From a simple piece of reflections, which is Scrapbooking Made Simple. That's my product, Simply Defined product. Look at it backed with the mirror. From something as simple as that to your gelato, which can have a much more textured look to it if that's what you want on your background. Your gelato. To your blue piece of cardstock that you put your sparkle pin on to add a little bit of something but not over the top. And that's just using cardstock with the sparkle pen right over the top, the clear sparkle pen, to making your own sparkle pen color. You can do anything you want, and you could have done them whether you use Gelatos to paint them or your clear colors to paint them, or if you really wanted to, you absolutely could go on in there, get your sparkle pen out, and go in there with your sparkle pen. Where's my clear? Okay, so let me show you with the sparkle pen, because I didn't leave this one. Enough to do both sides. So let me grab a black. Okay, so with your sparkle pens, if you own your sparkle pens and you have all the colors and you don't have any clean color pens, that's okay. Easy peasy. Use that to wipe off my... I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna add a little bit of my pink, kind of close to the body of my butterfly. Close to the body of my butterfly. And this is with my sparkle pens from Crafter's Companion. Then I'm gonna take my clear, which kind of acts as your blender pen, and I'm gonna pull that color out. Just gonna pull that color right out. And again, these also have a beautiful nib to them so that I can get into the very detailed places of this butterfly without going over onto my white paper, since these butterflies do not pop all the way out. They're not supposed to. So you want a blingy butterfly? I want to get that. There we go. Now I've got a blingy. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. So it's hard to decide. Which do you like more? Do you love them all? Do you already own some of this so that you only need to get the books so you can start playing? But you're looking at me going, Stacy, what am I gonna do with some of these things like the circles and the hearts? Well, we took care of that. I wanna show you. You know what? I'm gonna grab the Floral book because I think she did the samples in the oh yeah. So here we go. So again, this is from the Flower book. And this is meant for you to pop these little guys up, color them the way you want them. They don't cut all the way out. However, if you take your little fussy cut scissors and you want to cut them all the way out, your little fussy cut scissors will get right in there and cut those little bits and pieces right out so you could take this entire flower out. Yes, so the idea was that you would color these or leave them white or however you wanted to do them, and then you would take your paper that it comes with. Let's grab a sheet. And you would mat it behind. And that's a whole nother thing. I could have just taken the paper that it comes with and used that to mat. It comes with the paper, you get it. I could have done that too. The idea is that you then put that over there and you've got this really pretty ombre and mixed paper that looks lovely. That's right behind it, so every flower's got its own little detail. But we wanted to be able to use them in cards that we maybe use here in our sizes. So we did. That look familiar? That's half. So I could go in there and I could take my, oh, I got a whole mess going on here. I could take my pens, and if I wanted to blend my colors, I could. But you can see how fine the line is on that pin so that you can get right up to the corners. You could color these with your gel pens. Absolutely, you could color them with your gel pens. But I could go in there and color all the little different pieces, or I could blend my colors together. And make it whatever makes my heart happy. So I've colored the whole thing. I've done my gelatos with it. And then I take it and I make it into a finished card. I've got my silver, just the basic bling behind it from Simply Defined. I've gelatoed this one. I used the paper that they gave me to mat it. Put a little green mat behind it, and it's done. And I didn't use this entire sheet. If you want to make somebody a 6x6 card, you absolutely can. But what if you just want to make somebody a smaller card? And I could have done it this way too, and had this and had the happy birthday down there. But how cute is that? Using what they gave you. And like I said, if you wanted to, you could pop these little bubbies out. They'll come right out. These little flowers. If you want to get your little fussy cut scissors and get in there and snip them out because you want to use them for something else, absolutely. But this pad is a great way to get a lot out of very little money and using things you may already have in your stash. I just love how you can color them so many different ways and back them with so many different things. And we all have those scraps. We all have little bits and pieces of stuff that we're just not willing to throw away yet. Well, that's a great use for this. And then once you've backed it, then you find a piece of paper that makes a mat that makes you happy. And you mat the whole little thing. Cute with the pink behind it, huh? This is from Hunky Dory. These pads are so unique and so different and not what you would expect from Hunky Dory at all. And again, just cut it in half. Cut a little bits and pieces. You don't have to use the entire thing. And they do give you this one here, all of these. That's all they do is they just pop right out. And they're in the gold foil, so they resist the ink that you're using. And you get it in the gold, the silver, and the black, and then all of the pretty shades, and it's double-sided, all of the pretty shades of paper. And we used those pretty shades of paper. So we matched our gelatos to the paper and made it, not using the entire circle. It's a really great value. Once you can see past the 6x6 square of it, if you can get past that, it's an excellent value. And I mean, think about all of the things you could use these flowers on. Think about coloring these with the foil. And they just pop. These pop all the way out. And you get 2 sheets of everything. And now you're coloring these and popping them, and you've got the availability to make them just like the do crafts. You're allowed to make them to what you need in that project. I mean, there's so many times you go out and you buy embellishments and you needed 2 pink flowers, but you had to buy a whole bag of pink flowers to get the 2 you really needed. Well, now you can just color 2 pink flowers, and when you need 2 red flowers, color 2 red flowers. And if you need a red and a yellow flower, then you can color a red and a yellow flower. It's really up to you what you want to do. And they color so easy. And with that foil right over the top of them, again, your ink resists that foil. I'm going to add a little bit of red. Now these ones I can go outside the line on because they're going to pop right out. So these I can go outside the line on it. Pop it out so I don't get it on the next one. And then, where's my, oh, let's grab some white paper. So these I can color and not worry about because they pop out. And I'm just scribbling. That's all I did was scribble, scribble, scribble. And then my yellow clean color. So right now that's what I've got. All I did was scribble, scribble, scribble. Take my yellow, bring my red into my yellow, and blend. So pretty. All I'm doing, and this is fast and easy. And because the clean color are meant to blend, you don't know where you started and where you stopped. Almost. I have to finish, I'm sorry. It's hard for me to stop in the middle when I'm coloring because I want it to be done. And why am I doing this? I'm just cleaning my brush off on the side just to make sure I don't have too much red when I start. No water. Oh, I'm done. Oh. Oh. I could sit here and do this literally for hours. That was just using 2 pins. That's it, 2 pins. Red and yellow. And yet I've got deep reds and I've got bright yellows and I've got beautiful oranges. Just using 2 pins. And then if you really wanted to, because you just needed a little extra something something, you could take your clear Wink of Stella or your clear sparkle brush and you could go in and just add a little bit of sparkle to it. If you just wanted that extra little added bling. It's not gonna be like in your face bling. And again, the foil is resisting all of the ink. And then I can add just a little bit of shimmer and sparkle to it. And then I can pop them and layer them. And yes, this is Hunky Dory giving you all of these options. Oh my goodness gracious, so pretty. So, do you have gelatos? Do you have sparkle pins? Do you have clean color? Do you have distress markers? What is it that you own? I really should find the lids. What is it that you own that you could then take all of the beautiful elements that they give you in the pads to make your own? What do you already have that you can incorporate in and use so that when you get this at home, you can start right away? And I want to say these are $15.99 and then 25% off, but we're limited. We have I think there's 2 Christmas ones, there's a flower one, and there is the butterfly one, but we don't have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Yummy. The other thing I want to show you is, just in case you weren't thrilled with any of those background papers, they've got a pad of nothing but background papers. All foiled. Those are hearts. They're foiled in gold and silver. There's the silver, there's the gold, all foiled and ready to be colored. Look at how pretty is that. All ready to go. And you can do the exact same thing. You can take your gelatos. Get it a little bit wet. That foil is going to resist the gelato. Kind of spread it around. Just kind of hit or miss it. Then maybe a little bit of the orange. And make your own background paper with the foil accent. And then where I've still got a little bit of open space, I'm going to hit it with the pink. How pretty is this? And you've made your own background paper. So if you're trying to match something and you need to be specific in color, but you want it to have a little more to it than just a plain piece of paper, easily done. And now you could take this and you could die cut this. You could use this as a mat. You could put your gold here and well, not that they're going to match so much, but that's okay. You'll get the idea. I could cut a mat here. A little crooked. Put my gold right behind my butterflies. Mat it on my blue. And then mat that there, and I've got the beginnings of a card. Or I've got a beautiful, beautiful mat for my layouts. Or I've got a beautiful textured mat for my mixed media. And you don't have to use pastel colors. You get to use anything you want that you already own. Like I said, Tim Holtz, Pitt brush pins, Clean Color, Gelatos, Sparkle pins, Wink of Stellas. I would not use Wink of Lunas. Wink of Lunas will not go over this real well. You'll cover up all your prettiness. Gosh, if you put something down on your craft mat, your mementos, you may be able to go in there and color. Your watercolor pencils. You've got so many things that you can play with, and it's beautiful. You need a guy card? There, in silver. Put some browns and some teals on that, and you've got the great foundation for something for a guy. Absolutely, look at that. Ooh, that's almost like, woo, get you dizzy. You just need the dots, but you can color them to what you want, and they're foiled. I know, when I saw this from Hunky Dory, I said, really, Hunky Dory? Because this was so out of the norm for them, but so awesome. So again, we have used Gelatos. I need to find my lids. Gelatos. We have used Clean Color. We have used Sparkle. We have colored our butterflies or our flowers. We have backed them in several different ways of doing it, whether you want texture or you want the pretty bling to back them to add that, or just basic cardstock. Or cardstock with sparkle to it. Get out your scraps. This is a great way to utilize them. And with one sheet that I didn't cut it up. With one sheet, you can make 1, 2, 3, 4 cards for somebody, put a little bow around it, and give it to them as a gift with one sheet. You could even color the whole sheet all the same, and then trim it down and make your 4 cards. And with one sheet, you've given a wonderful little gift to somebody. It's nice because then they get to use a handmade card to give to somebody else. So when I saw these, again, I thought, oh, how are we going to overcome the 6x6 And then we started to play with them, and it was just so yummy. And there were so many different options. All right, I have got samples to show you. Move all this out of my way. I just love that we only used half the card. I love it. So samples out of the way. And I think I'm gonna save this one and do something with it because it's too pretty to throw away. Okay, so I started showing, oh, I don't remember what card I started showing, but I know I showed you this one. This one I'm sure of. Happy birthday upside down, there we go. So I know I showed you this one. And then we have the tag, again using Gelatos, and behind the butterflies is the basic bling from Simply Defined. It's part of my Reflections collection. And the basic bling, well, I'll show it to you in just a minute. You get 5 sheets of gold and 5 sheets of silver of the shimmer, and it is self-adhesive. If you wanted to make it, it is self-adhesive. So there's the tag. Look at this one. How pretty is that? It's just basic cardstock underneath. We used just the basic behind. And we did not use a full piece of the basic bling. We cut a little piece here and glued it down, and a little piece here. Nobody needs to know that there's no glitter underneath there. We just used little strips, so we saved it. How pretty is that? All with Gelatos. Love that card. Love the colors. Here we have it where we've popped them out, and we did the background, and we did the flowers, and put them on top of just the basics bling. The colors are so soft. And this is their background paper. That came with the pad. And we just matched the Gelatos to the background paper. Then we have a straight black on the black. And again, this is their background paper. Just basic green behind it. A little bit of Gelato. Such a cute and simple card. This is just paper. That's all this is. So imagine making 4 of these and giving these as a little gift to somebody. This one was done with the clean colors. See how we blended those colors? Done with the clean colors. And the background paper that comes in the pad. And we just matched the colors to the paper. And we didn't use any water. The flowers. Aren't those pretty? And just says thank you on it. And again, the background paper came with the pad, and then we popped the flowers out and colored them up. Really lovely. And then the big one. So I wanted to show you what one looks like as a 6x6. This is what they're meant to be, 6x6. It's lovely, and if you're gonna hand somebody a card or you don't mind spending the money to mail it, then you can do 6x6. But you can get an equally pretty card that you can pop right into the mail at no extra charge in the smaller size. Such a pretty card. Now, what are the products that we used? Well, we did use the beautiful butterfly pad, and we used the floral pad. There's also a Christmas one, and then we used the luxury foil card pad. So this is the bigger paper that you can then color. It's this pad, and that also comes in Christmas. And here it is. You can see all the lovely foil. And then it's a matter of what do you own to make these beautiful. And whatever you own, it's the same thing you're going to use with your do crafts. You've got it. Use it. And I hope that I've showed you that you don't have to have water. You don't have to have expensive paintbrushes. You can just get in there and with what you've got, some handy wipes, go. Have fun, get creative, and almost anybody can do this. This is so simple. You can absolutely put some gelatos down and give each child a sheet of this and let them play with the gelatos and then make a card for mom or grandma or auntie or sister out of it, or teacher's aide or whomever. You absolutely can do this at the senior center because you get so much in one pack. You're not having to buy several of them to do a whole type of classroom. Comes so it has 54 sheets. 54 sheets of die cutting little butterfly liftables, and then you also get, I guess, 24 of the papers, the coordinating papers. This, all for that price. And in the big ones here, you get 40 sheets. So that's what I'm saying. If you're doing a classroom, if you're doing a church get together or a women's group, you can get away with just buying one and one, and you've got you've covered everybody. You've got it all done. So, and then pull out what you've got in your stash and go have fun. So, what's going to be on a YouTube Yummy? All of the Hunky Dory that I showed you today is going to be on a YouTube Yummy at 25% off. And then the rest of the Hunky Dory product, all of the decoupage sheets, all of their little card kits, that's also going to be on a YouTube Yummy at more than 25% off. But when it's gone, it's gone. So I hope that this has showed you that no matter what you have in your stash, if you have the right foundation, if you have the right beginnings, you can take those things that you've had for years and years and use them in a new way, in a different way, with product that was just released. You can take the old and mix it with the new to combine and make fabulous. And I'm glad I waited to do this YouTube. I'm glad I waited so that I could really play with these 6x6 sheets to see just how much you can get from them and how many different things you can use to color them. Your gel pens, absolutely. It's just a matter of having fun and letting go and seeing what you can create. So it is me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple. Where do you find all of this good stuff? You find it at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you next week for our next Saturday with Stacy YouTube number 178. Wahoo Kachoo. All right, everybody, have a great week, okay? Bye.